great scope present is the Bodhicitta practice. Okay, so with this, for the renunciation, of course, lemon practice is there, and even lemon practice is designed on the basis of the Buddha's teaching of the 4 seals. So we're going to meditate on the 4 seals very, very quickly here. Okay, ready? So this practice is going to be guided meditation. The 4 seals and the next Bodhicitta, both are going to be guided meditation, and of course the emptiness, all are going to be guided meditation because they are analytical. You should have materials to think about. For the single point of meditation, material is so less. Okay, I would suggest all the books not to be kept under your the mattress, right? It's a respect. It's a respect. So if possible, of course, we say if you can keep on on the windowsill there. Yes. Okay. And of course the book doesn't sit properly, so yeah, I understand that, right? But my one sits properly. Okay, so you don't need to refer to the book. So what I'm going to say is, whatever is there in this book is all what I'm going to say. No need to refer to the book, that's fine, right? Then later when you do it on your own, then you can listen to the recordings as well as you can refer to the books. Anything can be done later on when you're doing that by yourself. Okay, so the single point of meditation which we did, that is the part for the shamatha meditation. And now on renunciation, bodhicitta, visualization, all these 3 are going to be guided meditation. For that we need a huge amount of material. Without this material of the knowledge, material meaning the knowledge, then we can't really engage in the analytical meditation. Analytical meditation, your mind should be actively moving. For that, we should have enough information, knowledge to make it the active. And with the good analytical meditation, the one benefit, obvious, very mundane benefit, is that as you become older, age 70, 80, 90, suffering from Alzheimer's is going to be much less. Yeah, that's for sure. The more you engage in analytical meditation, then the tendency for us to go through Alzheimer's to our late stage would be much less. Whereas if you don't use this analytical meditation, then the dangers that we can easily slip into Alzheimer when we do the late old age. Okay. So this will be very helpful, analytical meditation. And particularly, I would say in the monastic universities, this is very interesting. In the monastic universities, the monks were in the age, the monks, particularly the learned monks were into debate, analysis, meditation, and not just meditation, analytical meditation. Those who are extremely good at these, they reach age 80, 90s. I can't really imagine, or I can't really think of anybody who went through Alzheimer's. I don't remember anyone. Yeah.
I was wondering about it.
Exactly. So this is, just scientifically speaking, this is said that it's a case. Because what happened? Alzheimer's, because the synaptic connections in your brain, neural connections, they are, disappearing. Many of them are going bad, right? Synaptic connections, you're losing the synaptic connections. As the synaptic connection breaks and disappears permanently, then the memory disappears, right? So as you do this analytical meditation more, then new synaptic connections are being built. New neurons coming into being is very unlikely. Although some scientists are saying that neurons are even neurons which once believed to be not to be recreated, but some scientists are saying that they are recreated to some extent. Whatever is the case, the synaptic connections are being built, newly built, because of analytical meditation. And not only built, it becomes very strong synaptic connections. Because of this, say you reach age 80, 90, even 100, memory is very sharp. For example, you wouldn't believe, one of my teachers, Geshe, I think he's already 89. And you just sit with him, he gives teaching, you ask any question to him, and of course, brilliant philosopher, logician and a practitioner. You ask him, 89 now, you're hitting 90. Any question, answers that comes from him, just he will listen to you the first 2 lines. He already got a question, right? You already got a question. Then he will give the answer so sharp and hitting, and you will see his mind is like, say, somebody who is age 18, 19, 20, around that age, such a sharp. So this is already hitting 90. And you see, and his compassion, of course, that is very different. His compassion, ease, calmness, very expansive calmness is there, and the sharpness, right? It's amazing. So this is something so unique. And scientifically speaking, is already, this is what is happening. The Alzheimer is because of the loss of the synaptic connections. And the more you do the analytical meditations, new synaptic connections are built permanently. Okay, so with this, the renunciation part, the four seals. Okay, first we have to know what the 4 seals are. All composite things impermanent. What is number 2? First one is all composite things impermanent. Number 2? All contaminated things are of suffering nature. Number 2. Number 3? Okay, we have to have the 4 seals. Yes. Okay, we have to have the 4 seals on our fingertips, right? So what I would say is that there are a few points. There are a few points that we have to have on our fingertips. And 4 seals are common to Theravada Buddhism, to Chinese minor Buddhism, and to Burman Buddhism. These are all common, the 4 seals. You getting it? Okay. The 4 seals, some of these points like 4 seals and the four mindfulnesses and the 6 perfections, the 2 bodhicittas, and the 8-fold noble path, and so whatever comes, these and the 4 immeasurables, and then the way we're going to learn the 4 essentials. So these we have to have on our fingertips, right? And it's not difficult. So just try to keep, some note of the different numbers, the 4 seals, 4 essentials, 4 immeasurables, the mindfulnesses, and the 8-fold noble path, then the 6 perfections, the 5 aggregates, the 12 sources, the 18 elements. So like this, and the 5 omnipresent mental factors, and then if possible 51 mental factors, right? So just know them, and it's not difficult. I'm saying this again. If you don't make them on your fingertips, they will come over and over again. Then you get a feeling that there are so many things I don't know. It's actually not so many things. There are few things, maybe they're like 5 sets or 10 sets. 10 sets, they come, 10 times, then it becomes 100. Then you get a feeling that I don't know 100 things. It's actually not 100, it's just 10. And they come so, they repeat. And then you get a feeling, psychologically you get a feeling that I don't know 100 items. It's not true, right? You make this 10, and then it comes 10 times, you get a feeling that I know 100 times, 100 things, right? Okay, these are the things that we have to have them on our fingertips. If possible, try to keep a separate notebook with these different numbers, right? It's not difficult. Okay, the 4 seals. All composite things are impermanent, number 1. All composite things are impermanent. Number one. Number two, all contaminated things are of suffering nature. Okay, let me say this again. All composite things are impermanent. And then there's a translation variation is there. Some say all composite things, some say all compounded things. They mean the same. All composite things are impermanent. Number two, all contaminated things are of suffering nature. All contaminated things are of suffering nature. Number three, everything is of the nature of emptiness and selflessness. Everything is of the nature of emptiness and selflessness. Number three, everything is of the nature of emptiness and selflessness. Then number four, transcending sorrow is absolute peace. Transcending sorrow is absolute peace. Transcending sorrow is absolute peace. Okay, let's say this again. 4 C's. All composite things are impermanent. All contaminated things are of suffering nature. Everything is of the nature of emptiness and selflessness. Emptiness and selflessness. Transcending sorrow is absolute peace. Or you can say transcending sorrow is nirvana. Transcending sorrow is absolute peace. Okay, these are 4 C's. And if of course we're going to study this separately during the class, the 4 Seals. The 4 Seals, if you know the 4 Seals, you will know the basic structure of the Buddha's teaching. You will precisely know what is the Buddha's teaching. Then you will find that, okay, now I know what is the meaning of my life. What I should be doing in my life. You get this confidence. 1. Then with this, then you add the Bodhicitta. You add the Bodhicitta, the second part. You will see that I see the full meaning of life. Right? The first one, I see the meaning of my life. With the Bodhicitta, you see that I see the full meaning of my life. You getting it? And then the wisdom of emptiness, I see that these 2 meanings of my life, these 2 meanings, the 2 aspirations of these 2 meanings can be accomplished fully with the wisdom of emptiness. The first one is, I see the meaning of my life, renunciation. With the Bodhicitta, I see the full meaning of my life. Then the wisdom of emptiness, to accomplish 2 aspirations of these 2 things, to practice renunciation, Bodhicitta, to accomplish the goal. Renunciation, what is the goal of the renunciation? To achieve freedom from suffering. What is the goal of the Bodhicitta? To achieve enlightenment for the benefit of sentient beings, to achieve Buddhahood. One is to achieve freedom from suffering for yourself. Freedom from suffering for yourself. This is the renunciation. Number 2 is to achieve Buddhahood. So these 2 aspirations will be accomplished by the wisdom of emptiness. So look, so this is how the Dharma makes total sense for us. What is Dharma now? You're getting some picture. Complete picture. One is renunciation, to see, okay, there are 2 things within aspirations that we have. Anybody in this world, just tell me. They say, do you agree with me that we have 2 aspirations? One is that I want to get rid of all miseries or all my fears. How many of you agree with me? Good. So this aspiration, who has this aspiration? The Buddhists?
Everybody.
Huh?
Everybody.
Not just the Buddhists.
No, everybody.
Everybody wants to get rid of the fears. Yes, that's true, right? So, see, if you really want to get rid of all your fears, not just your immediate fears, all your fears, that desire to get rid of all the fears is known as renunciation. Number 2, what I want you, again, you just see whether you agree with me. I want the maximum happiness. Not only get rid of fears, but the happiness. I want the maximum happiness. How many of you agree with me? Right? Okay. And who's that? Buddhists? Non-Buddhists? Or Israelis? Non-Israelis?
All.
Everyone, right? So therefore the Buddha's teaching is not only for, only for, so you the Buddhists, not like this, for everyone, right? Anybody who wants to get rid of this suffering, anybody who wants happiness, how to get rid of this, how to get the maximum happiness is a practice of bodhicitta. And again, you are not to believe in it. Don't just believe in it. We must get a conviction in this. How? The practice of bodhicitta gives me the maximum happiness. Without this, impossible. Otherwise, just you have to believe, right? That, okay, if you do this, then this will happen, you'll get the maximum happiness. You have to believe in it. But with the bodhicitta thing, or the Buddha taught, you don't have to believe, right? Just try to rationally get there and you'll be surprised. Wow, amazing. I'm so fortunate to have met with the teaching of the Buddha, right? Okay, so bodhicitta will, the aspiring for the maximum happiness is the bodhicitta. So, renunciation has its goal, bodhicitta has its goal. Renunciation's goal is to get rid of all the fears, to bring an end to the suffering. And bodhicitta aspiration is to have the maximum happiness, right?
So renunciation is enough for nirvana? No.
Exactly.
But you need wisdom.
Renunciation is enough for nirvana, right?
So what's wrong with nirvana?
Okay, so this is a good question. So for this, we will also try to study the three principles of the path. Three principles of the path in this book. We will study that. So, I think three principles of the path is what Lama Tsongkhapa wrote for Tamila. Right? So Lama Tsongkhapa gave the answer there. So, okay, page 50. Page 50. Lama Tsongkhapa gave this answer there. Page 50, stanza 9. Page 50, stanza 9. Although you train in renunciation and the mind, oh no, sorry, it's not page 50, page 49. Page 49. Page 49, stanza 6. Renunciation, however, if not tempered by a pure mind of bodhicitta, does not bring forth the perfect bliss of unsurpassed enlightenment. Right? If you have renunciation but no bodhicitta, it will give you freedom from suffering, but will not give you the full enlightenment.
Is it more happiness?
Okay, so the point is, say, the gold. The gold, how many of you know about gold? Purity of gold. They speak of the carat, 24 carat, like this, right?
Yes.
Purity of gold. Say, which gold do you want? 80% pure or 100% pure?
100%.
Okay, so your mind, the Buddha nature inside is like this gold. This gold. So when this pure, 80% pure and 100% pure, which do you want? 100% pure. 100% pure is known as Buddhahood. 50% pure is known as Nirvana. So you want 50% pure or 100% pure? If you want 100% pure, you have to go for Buddhahood. So Buddhahood is possible only with the renunciation. Whereas 50% pure is Nirvana. So that is because of the renunciation. No, renunciation, yes.
Yeah.
Renunciation will take you to 50% pure mind, which is Nirvana, and bodhicitta will take you to Buddhahood, which is 100% pure.
So it's more perfect, but is it more happy? It's a different question.
Okay, so
It's more perfect, it's more knowledge. Because in the
okay, so the question is,
knowledge.
does it give you more happiness?
Yes,
This question.
because you asked before, do you want 100% happiness? Yes. So maybe for this is enough nirvana. If you
Okay.
want extra,
So
more than
I'm telling you this. This is a very important question. What he's saying is a very important question. That renunciate. Just say, okay, just let me give you the first picture. The first picture is what you don't want. Tell me. There are two things in your mind. What you don't want and what you want. What you don't want. I don't want suffering. I don't want misery. I don't want fears. One. What do you want? I want happiness. There are two things. What you don't want and what you want. What you don't want is miseries. What you want is happiness. And what degree of miseries you want to get rid of? 100% or 10%? 100. What degree of happiness you want? 10%, 100%? 100%. You're getting it? Okay, now, miseries, to get into miseries 100%, renunciation is good enough. Not only get into miseries, you want 100% happiness, go for Bodhicitta. Right? In other words, your miseries will be brought to an end by the renunciation, by the wisdom of emptiness, driven by renunciation. You will get the 100% happiness by the wisdom of emptiness, driven by Bodhicitta. So therefore, with the Bodhicitta, and you may be wondering, how come that you have already achieved nirvana, still you are not 100% happy? Okay, analogy is given by Acharya Chandrakirti in his text. Beautiful analogy is given. Say, two practitioners, one who has achieved nirvana, and another a bodhisattva. Someone who achieved nirvana is still is abiding in the meditative experience of nirvana, the bliss of the nirvana. One. On the other hand, the bodhisattva just sitting in in your house, in your room, very casually, and from outside you could hear the sound. You can hear the voice of a beggar asking for alms, right? So now Acharya Chandrakirti is comparing these two. One, the happiness, the bliss one is experiencing in the meditative experience of nirvana, and other one, bodhisattva, just sitting idly in your house, and the happiness that he gets out of hearing the voice of the beggar asking for alms, right? He's comparing two, and he said that the happiness, just the meager, what you consider as a simple happiness of the bodhisattva, hearing the sound of the voice of the beggar, far, far excels the happiness and the bliss experienced by the personal liberation seekers, right? And this is extreme. And then he said that if this is the happiness the bodhisattvas experience, which far, far excels the happiness in nirvana, right? What more will be that happiness if the bodhisattva is experiencing the Buddhahood, right? Okay, this is amazing. Okay, with this now, I think what we'll do is that, okay, this is the auspicious beginning. Now that is already coming to 7:56, right? We have 4 minutes more. So what we'll do is that we'll conclude with the Bodhicitta aspiration rather than doing all these things. And from tomorrow we'll do the full-fledged, the morning practice. Okay, so Bodhicitta aspiration, say for your own, eventually what we learn is that some of you may be more gifted with, since your childhood, you may be more gifted with thinking of others, right? And if that is the kind, when you speak about what do you want, I want maximum happiness, this will be, Bodhicitta will give you. Even looking for Bodhicitta is like a selfish interest, don't worry about this. So finally what we learn is that finally seeking maximum benefit for yourself, seeking maximum benefit for others, these two become synonymous. This is a beautiful practice, right? It's a beautiful practice. It is like a mother seeking the maximum, mother with a young child, not the 16 years old child. Right? 16 years old child, then the complications there. But a young child, age 1, 2, 3, 4, and the mother. What's the relationship? For the mother, her well-being, her meaning of life is the meaning of life of this child. Right? She sacrifices everything. If the child is happy, she's happy. If the child is not happy, no matter what she's going through, right? Even if she receives Nobel Prize, it doesn't make her happy. For her, her happiness and the child's happiness is just synonymous for the mother. Likewise, the bodhisattvas, when we reach to that level, you see that seeking happiness for others is the maximum happiness for you. And this happiness, because seeing happiness in others, this happiness far, far excels the happiness that the personal liberation seekers achieve because of nirvana. Right? This beautiful, amazing, beautiful practice, so precious. Working for others is working for yourself. Working for yourself is working for others. It's a beautiful practice. So at that level, there's no difference between working for others and working for yourself. Right? For those people who cannot see this, who do not reach this, they are referred to as childish, childlike, because they could not take the benefit of that system or that thought process, which the capacity, the potential of which is actually within us. Okay, so with this in mind, of course, because that I said it yesterday, because we are just doing for the 5 days, it's very short practice. So we'll take the advantage, maximum advantage of our being together for this Bodhicitta retreat. We'll say this line together, wholeheartedly, even though it can be superficial, it doesn't matter. So from this superficial start, then we'll eventually become spontaneous, effortless, moving experience. Okay, I'll say this line of the aspiration to become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings, and then after this we'll all say this together 3 times. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. Okay, with this mind, let us turn to the end dedication prayer. Which is on page 43. Page 43. Page 43. Okay. I dedicate the merit thus gathered towards the realization that these in the prayers of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 3 times and to the upholding of the doctrine of scripture in inside. May I in all lives, through the force of this merit, never separate from the 4 wheels of the Mahana vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect view, and the 2 stages. From my 2 collections, vast the space that I've amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds besmirched blinded ignorance. Okay, the first page 44, first stanza, which is the last line of this renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect view, and the 2 stages. The first stanza, the last line, 2 stages. 2 stages here refers to the tantric practice. Tantra, there are 2 stages known as the generation stage and the completion stage. So these 2 are talking about the tantra. Okay, we'll recite the Heart Sutra mantra 3 times, then we will make 3 prostrations. Teta Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasangati Bodhiswaha Teta Om Gati Gati Parasangati Bodhiswaha Teta Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasangati Bodhiswaha Teta Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasangati Bodhiswaha. Okay, let's make 3 prostrations.